Oh, that made me jump. Why did so many little animals suddenly scurry over? Strange. They seem to be fleeing from something. The voice seems to be coming from this hole. My ears... they're ringing non-stop. Why does this voice sound so familiar? Should I jump down? Who knows what sort of trouble could be waiting? Right. Let me test the waters first. Hello? Come out of there! No response. This sudden silence is even more unsettling. But what exactly is down there? Well, there might be trouble, but there could also be treasure. Might as well take a look. If I encounter any danger, I'll make a quick exit. Just my luck. But looks like there's still a path ahead. Where am I? This is the same singing as before. I should follow the voice. A huge shell. Strange. Did that song just now come from inside? Could it be a fae? Hold on. Speaking of singing fae, could it be Vodianitsa? Hello? Anyone here? Still no response. Well, if there are mushroom gods in this world, there might as well be seashell fae. I should check it out.
Traveler? Don't sound so surprised. Who else were you expecting? A lost little Snezhnograd? A Vila who took a wrong turn? A Doma voice stranded in the middle of nowhere? Because my private practice room is so well hidden, obviously. No one stumbles upon this place on purpose. Oh, that. Yeah, I originally planned to channel some water over there and completely seal it off. But I asked a bunch of engineers, and they all said blowing up the cave's rock wall could cause landslides, avalanches, surface cracks, all kinds of bad things. Anyway, it'd be a huge pain. Plus, if the cave's original structure was destroyed, its acoustics would be ruined too, and then I wouldn't even be able to use it for practice. So, I gave up. And anyway, it's just like you said. Not many people would dare to jump down from up there. I'm not answering that question, because you haven't answered mine. Who else were you expecting to see here? One person asks, the other person answers. Then comes the next question. That's how polite conversation should go. A shell fae? You mean the oyster sprites that protect children who fall in the water? The ones from the fairy tales? Fae like that don't exist in Snezhnaya. The only fae associated with pearls are us water nymphs. After all, legend has it that if we cry out of true sorrow, our tears will turn into pearls. Want me to cry for you right now? I could do it. I mean, we know each other so well, and you didn't even recognize my singing voice. That could get me going. Of course not. Otherwise, there'd be nothing but pearls at the bottom of the water now, wouldn't there? I bet pearl necklaces wouldn't be nearly as expensive either. Plus, those pearls wouldn't be the quality kind. They'd be misshapen and have all sorts of impurities. If only there really were oyster sprites, though. I bet if you paid one, you could get all sorts of beautiful pearl jewelry. Oh, right. Take this pill to warm yourself up. You fell into a puddle on your way down, right? I heard your footsteps through the ice the minute you got to the entrance of the cave. You traversed the ice wall only to fall into the water at the last moment. I heard you sputtering from here. Now, I was considering letting you have a few sips of strong liquor to warm you back up. But on second thought, spirits that have been frozen lead to intoxication too quickly. So I thought this pill would be better. It's something hunters use to warm themselves up out in the frigid wilderness. Good. Now we can get back to your question. You wanted to know why I practice in a place like this, right? Well, the answer's simple. Practicing in the city would disturb people. I used to practice in the theater, doing vocal warm-ups, singing a cappella, stuff like that. Letting some fresh air in always puts me in a better mood, so I would usually practice with the window open. And, well, do I even need to say how captivating my singing voice is? Every time I practiced, a huge crowd of listeners would gather down below, and they wouldn't leave until I was done. Honestly, the people were packed as tight as sardines down there. But it's not like I could do anything to help it. That said, there's another reason I don't really practice in the theater anymore. I don't exactly recall when, but one day, this young girl showed up in the crowd of people who had come to listen to me. She turned out to be quite smart. She studied my habits to the point where, at all times, she knew when and where I was going to practice. And sure enough, she'd always be there. People would even pay her to show them where I'd be so they could be sure to grab a spot. She made quite the sum that way. Now and then, she'd even send me a basket of flowers with a thick handwritten letter tucked inside. The letters weren't anything special, mostly the same flattery I've heard 10,000 times. And they read a tad awkwardly, too. But at least they were sincere. So, I'd often send her a ticket to my latest show in return. I thought it'd make her happy. I like people who chase after what they love with all their might, but still have some smarts to show for it. I think people like that are fun and cute. I would have loved for her fun to continue. She changed. She no longer came to my practice sessions because she liked to hear me sing. She just wanted to make more. Lots and lots of it. Enough that she could put all the relentless celebrity chasing behind her. That much I wouldn't have minded, but... Then I discovered at some point, she started selling every single ticket I sent her for several times the price. I suppose she didn't like my music anymore. The innocent version of her who was just there for the love of my voice was no more. In human terms, she grew up. I no longer found her cute, fun, or interesting. And I certainly didn't want to play with her anymore, so I moved to a different practice location. I won't meet anyone interesting here, of course. But at least I can practice my singing in peace. Although, you braved the journey here now, didn't you? Freezing puddle and all. Don't even go there. It's been giving me such a headache. If the acoustics in this echo chamber were still in good shape, my voice wouldn't have come out nearly so... Precisely. Thanks, traveler. The problem isn't the main cave structure, but the echo pillars made of prime ice. Perhaps I was practicing too hard, or my pitch was too high. But while I was practicing a few days ago, some of the pillars suddenly cracked. Honestly, all I need are a few simple prime ice pillars to replace the damaged ones, and this chamber will be pretty much back in working order. But alas, I'm terrible at making things like that. Hinting? Goodness no. I'm shamelessly asking for your help, of course. No, it's like I said. All I heard were footsteps at the entrance. It's not like I lured you here or something. I swear. Anyway, since I have you here, there's no time to waste. Let me tell you which pillars to swap. Actually, just telling won't do. I have a better method. Shh. There we go. See those brightly illuminated prime ice pillars? Those are the broken ones. That goes without saying. Otherwise, I wouldn't be nearly so invested in all this. Anyway, I'm counting on you, Traveler. If you forget which prime ice pillars are broken, just come back and I'll show you again. Perfect! This prime ice... Oh, I knew I could count on you! It turned out beautiful! The positioning of these prime ice pillars is perfect! Now then, let me test them out. That's right! Looks like I can practice in peace for now. Since you helped me fix these prime ice pillars, allow me to sing you a little practice piece. Unnecessary. My voice is all warmed up, so I'll do some a cappella now. I'm practicing here today, and in a few days I'll head over to Ronkova Zoria to do the same. I wonder if Odette and Alosha will be there. Anyway, sit back and relax. Oh, but don't close your eyes, or you might zone out and fall face first into the water. My private singing room is now ready. I can't thank you enough, Traveler. With this shell as the core, I bet my voice will carry even further. Don't be silly. Why would I want to prevent people from hearing my lovely voice? Besides, lots of little animals and lost travelers follow my singing here to take refuge from the wind and snow. Without my voice to guide the way, how else would they find shelter in such a desolate tundra? True, but they can rest by the cavern, since it gives them cover from the elements anyway. Plenty of adventurers have been here already. They light campfires and pitch tents by the cavern. Then, they sit there reading strange fairy tales to themselves. What were those tales about again? Yes. Something about a lost water imp hiding out in a cave in the middle of the tundra, constantly singing a sorrowful song because she can't go home. Plus the usual cliches, like the water imp imprisoning adventurers, or the bottom of the cave being filled with pearls. No, it was too muffled, so I ran to the bottom of the cavern to listen. Obviously, that particular adventurer thought no one was in the cave, so it's not like he or his friend were trying to be quiet. After that, I ran back to this spot and started actually singing a spooky song. And that sure stopped the chatter real quick. And with the blizzard going on, they couldn't even leave. They had no choice but to listen to me sing all night long. Too bad the shell wasn't fixed back then, or they would have heard me much more clearly. Oh, I'd have stopped them. No one's running into terrible weather on my watch. Of course! They might have even considered themselves lucky to be caught in that blizzard. Not everyone gets to enjoy a private concert from me. Anyway, enough chit-chat. Time to test the shell's amplification effect. Cover your ears, okay? I'm going for maximum volume. These ice pillars are working great. What should I practice next? Oh, Traveler, you're just in time. Come on, give these ice pillars a try. Nope. Here, take this. It can make the ice pillars ring. Go on. I'd quite like to hear what song you'll play. What do you think? This private practice room of mine is pretty great, right? The song you played just now was quite original, too. If that's your goal, then you've got a long road ahead of you. I suppose I could offer some guidance. For a price. Not sure yet. I'll let you know once I think of something fun. Until then, you owe me. Pleasure doing business with you. Be sure to come over and practice whenever you're free. Are you sure we can't provide a few more outfits for the Finch balls? If money's the issue, I can cover it. I have tons of spare clothes in my closet. Worst case scenario, I can grab a few outfits for them to use.
I trust your taste, Miss Vodianitsa, but your clothes are far too valuable. Considering how the game is played, the risk of wear and tear would be...
Oh, I suppose some of them are pretty expensive. But it doesn't matter. They're old clothes. I can't wear them anymore anyway. And if I can't use them to dress at the Finch balls, I'll probably just donate them all when the city's donation collectors come by. Besides, I'm the manager of the station where you're opening shop. And your manager says everything has to look fancy and beautiful, inside and out.
Okay, but let's not forget there's one other important consideration with Finch Ball. Cuteness.
Sure. Fancy, beautiful, and cute it is. You don't mind me putting cute last, do you? They're all equally important. These furnishings look so familiar. Are those... finches? Wait! Isn't this... Whoa! What was that for? You made Paimon jump! Although, this does raise a good question. Where is Basuma anyway? Isn't she usually the one running Bing Bang Finchball booths? Why the sudden change? It's kind of throwing Paimon off guard. Huh. You guys are familiar with Bing Bang Finchball then. And you even know Basima.
Wait, so... Oh, yes, Basima's mentioned you two before. You must be the Traveler and Paimon. Unfortunately, Basima couldn't make it, as she's busy working on a new Finchball gameplay mode. I'm just here to help her out.
But all the decor and toys you see here were created under her close personal supervision.
That's right. So everything should look exactly like the Bing Bang Finchball you know.
No point just talking about it. Come try it out for yourself, Traveler. looks like you've played a lot of finchball in your time.
Everything seems to be running properly. I think we're ready to open for business.
Anyway, that was a real blast from the past! And the finches are super cute!
Glad you enjoyed yourselves. Basima tells me that you're the ones who understand her and the finches best, and that you're just as cute as the finches.
Huh? Did she really say that? We'll let you be the judge of that. Hey, don't get carried away. Once was enough. Keep that up and Paimon's gonna start shouting, "The Traveler is the cutest!" at the top of her lungs. See, honestly? Okay, wait a sec. Paimon will go get you some water. Here's some water. Drink up. Wow! You're really on top of things, Vodianitsa! Oh, but then again, you did say you're like the station manager or something? Pretty much. Although at this stage, it's less about managing and more about rebuilding. At the risk of stating the obvious, this station isn't in very good shape. The current state of things makes life difficult for the residents. Not to mention, it's a major inconvenience for any trains making a stop here. It's frustrating for everyone involved. So, with all that in mind, I grabbed Odette and Alosha and came here to fix the place up. The good news is, this station isn't completely abandoned. A quick restock for key supplies and some renovations, and it'll be good as new. But as for exactly what it'll look like after the facelift, well, that's up to us. Yeah, Odette and Alosha are pretty busy, so they can't join me very often. You know Odette, she's always on the move. Her feet barely touch the ground all day. Good thing she's a ballet dancer. Her feet are probably used to it. As for Alosha, he's got enough on his plate. But he did pick out a few reliable dogs to help guard the station. But what about you? Don't you need time to practice your singing? Surely all the rumbling from the trains pulling into the station must be a distraction. On the contrary, it works perfectly. The rumbling helps to hide my singing voice when I practice. Imagine if the train drivers could hear me. They'd probably forget to start the train. Imagine the huge delays that would cause. You think so? Well, I suppose I could try singing when the train next arrives. How much of a delay do you think I can cause? No, please don't. It's super important that the trains run on time. We can't go holding everyone up. Wait, I got so caught up chatting with you guys, I forgot I still need to deal with the finchball clothing issue. Okay, Maiskaya, it's settled. I'll go back and dig out all the clothes that'll fit our finchballs, get someone to tailor them, then send them over. Although, is just a change of clothes really enough? I feel like we can go one better. Oh, maybe I can dress the finchballs up as Odette and Alosha. What fun! I guess we won't even need my old clothes then. I'll buy some new fabric. Maybe even do the tailoring myself.